Hello and welcome to the last day of the DCG Readathon. You'd be asking yourself, Catherine, aren't there 3 days for each challenge? There were. Yes, this is my first check-in because I just started the book. This last challenge is the egg toss challenge, and that is to do a buddy read or do one of the team group reads. I am doing the yellow team group read, which is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I was a bit busy the past 2 days. I don't know what happened 2 days ago, but yesterday I was busy, so I didn't get the chance to read at all. I have started it, so I'm like a couple chapters in, and so far it's good. I, once again, don't really know anything going into it. I like going into books not knowing every detail because then it surprises me. All I knew going in was that it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So far, it is very dark. I mean, it is in the title, so that is to be assumed. We're only like 3-4 chapters in, and it's dark. Also, I didn't know that the main character, the like sort of Belle character, I mean, I'm assuming she's the Belle character, she has cerebral palsy, which is really cool that there is that like disability rep in it. I don't know how like accurate it's going to be. So after I'm done reading it, I'm definitely gonna look it up, look at some reviews of Own Voices readers, see what they have to say. But I'm excited to read this. Yeah, and maybe I am a little bit cocky now in being like, yeah, I can totally finish this book in one day. But like, why not? You know, what else do I have to do? I'll check in at the halfway point, let you know how I'm feeling, how it is. Yeah. Hello. So I'm about 200 pages into the book and I'm really enjoying it so far. I really like that it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but like a very loose retelling. So it's not like exactly the same as like everything else you've read. It's definitely has its like own sort of like magic and idea of what the curse is. I am like a little worried there might be like hints of a love triangle going on. We'll see if I'm like right about that. And I also know that this is the first in, I believe, a trilogy. I'm interested to see where this one ends and the next one like picks up. But I am very invested. I really enjoy the characters and I like the world that it is set in. I also am really enjoying seeing like Harper. She is like, she's a very like strong character, but her moments of vulnerability are like so beautiful. And the same goes with, oh, like I don't even know the prince's name. Ren, something like that, I believe. I really like seeing how he's like obviously grown through the years of him having this curse, but he still has a lot to learn. So I see there's like a lot of opportunity for growth from him as well. Overall, I'm really enjoying it though. I really like this story. I mean, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite stories. So I'm excited to see how this one goes, and I'm excited to see like I'm excited to see this like take on the story. So yeah, I'll check in when I'm a little bit further. I'm like, I guess this is like a third of the way through, so yeah, see you soon. So I am currently a little bit past page 300. Y'all, I'm really invested in this story. I love the characters. I love their relationship. I love the dynamic and like the kind of the slow burn of it as they like get to know each other. It's my favorite kind of like sort of enemies to lovers type situation. I'm still nervous that there's going to be some sort of like they're gonna try and do some sort of love triangle with the Gray, the commander. Like, I get the appeal. He's hot too. I really like Ren, and I like his I like seeing his growth. I like seeing how much like he's obviously grown since, you know, like 300 years ago when he first had this curse put on him. But now I've got 3 hours to finish 200 pages. Let's do it. It's happening. It is the next day after the DCG Readathon. I did manage to finish A Curse So Dark and Lonely when did I, at like 11:20, but I did it. I read the entire book in one day, which I'm proud about. I feel like this readathon has made me a little bit cocky. I'm like, yeah, I can read an 800-page book in 3 days and a 500-page book in one day. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I like actually have to go back to work again and have like a job and have other commitments. Who knows? So I really enjoyed the story. When talking to like some of the other people on the Yellow team, people were talking about like how it was a bit slow at the beginning. I don't know if I really found it slow at the beginning. It just was hard trying to figure out like the world that it was set in. There wasn't a whole lot of world building to go off of. At first I was like, oh, this is going to be a really unique like Beauty and the Beast retelling. And as we got further and further into it, I was like, it's not as unique as it could be. Basically, my two complaints were I feel like the world building could have been more. I didn't think it was necessarily bad, but I felt like I wanted to know more about this universe and how it's like kind of like a parallel universe to our world, which is cool. I really like that concept. I just felt like there could have been more, and maybe there will be in the next couple books. I do plan on picking up the other books. I have already put in a hold request for the next one at my library, and I am going to be picking up the last one when it comes out, so I'm very excited about that. So about the characters, I did enjoy Harper for the most part. I feel like she definitely had the like not like other girls syndrome. Oh my god, like quite a high degree. It was very, very not like other girls. I wouldn't say she necessarily put other girls down though, but there was definitely a focus on girls who can fight being better than girls who like dresses and who liked pretty things. Ren was a very typical like tortured, brooding, oh there's this curse on me, my life is so hard type character. I think that he did go through some great development. I feel like he learned a lot from Harper, and I also think that Harper did go through some really good development as well. Gray is probably my favorite character. I really, really like him. And I didn't want to because I don't like love triangles. I think I've never met a love triangle where I'm like, yeah, this is totally necessary. We need this sort of conflict. No, but I really did enjoy his relationship with Harper. I honestly at times felt like him and Harper had more chemistry than Harper and Ren. Although I do think that like Ren and Harper developed some really good chemistry. And I think that needed to be a thing that happened where it developed over time versus like starting off like, oh, we're very attracted to each other, because I mean she was kidnapped. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so like you gotta kind of get past that like kidnapped part a little bit. Also, speaking of Harper, so one thing that did make this book very different than a lot of other YAs is the fact that there is like a disability rep in terms of Harper having cerebral palsy, without that being like the main focus of the book. In the same way where I think that not all LGBTQI plus books need to be focused on the coming out story and the trauma of everything. I did really think that was really interesting. I thought that was very unique, especially for YA, especially for YA fantasy. Fantasies just in general tend not to be very diverse, but I still love them. I have a complicated relationship with fantasies. I did read a couple Own Voices reviews about the representation, and a lot of them brought up good points of the fact that Harper very easily could have been exchanged for an able-bodied person and there wouldn't have been that much of a difference, which is a very valid criticism. Wasn't really as prominent as maybe it could have been. I will link a couple of those reviews down below because I am able-bodied. I can't really speak to how well that representation was portrayed, so I definitely want to spotlight Own Voices readers and look at what they have to say, because don't listen to me. Yeah, I think that those were all the points that I really wanted to discuss in terms of this book. Overall, again, I really enjoyed it. I am going to pick up the next 2 books unless the second one is terrible, in which case I won't pick up the third one. I did really enjoy my time reading it. I did really enjoy the story, and I really liked that there were some different aspects to it, and that's all. Those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Thank you once again to all of the creators of the DCG Readathon. Y'all are wonderful and fantastic. I had so much fun doing this. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this and other bookish content, be sure to hit subscribe. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, bye!